Oh, shoot.
What?
I don't know if that's it. Did we do a hair check?
Oh,
I look okay?
You look fine.
Okay.
Lord have mercy.
Those straightaways. Okay.
You look good. You look good. Okay.
That was good.
Okay. Hi, I'm Sharon Burns, owner and operator at Arts Catering, and we're here cooking with Sharon, the business chat. I'm always super excited, but I'm really super excited for this guest today. One of my girlfriends, an amazing business owner, Tianya Edgerton. And we are here today to chat with her. So thank you and welcome to Cooking with Sharon.
Thank you for having me. I am so happy to be here.
Of course.
I absolutely love your food. You know that. So
I know you do. Thank you. Well, as you know, Tianya, a lot of times, the reason why I have to explain, the reason why I decided to do this cooking and chatting is because a lot of business decisions happen over food. Good, bad, indifferent, family gatherings, we're all around food. So why not have food involved in our discussion today? Absolutely. So I said, we'll bring out some wine. I'm going to drink a little bit. I'm just sipping. This is something new. I just saw it. I'm trying to promote Black, different wineries and wine owners and wines. And so did y'all know that Snoop has a wine?
I found out recently.
I didn't know that. So I'm just going to sip on this, and I may have a little bit of sweet tea too. Tianya's from the South.
Yes.
So she loves sweet tea. So I had to give her one of her favorites. Mm-hmm. And so let's get started. While I'm cooking, I'm going to have you chat just a little bit about yourself. So can you tell us just about Tianya?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So Tianya Edgerton. I am the president of Tianya Edgerton Insurance and Financial Services. And I'm a State Farm agency owner. Mm-hmm. And so I'm from North Carolina, as you said. Love church, love family, love playing volleyball, and love eating. Okay?
I didn't know volleyball was up in there.
Yes, I'm actually on a team now.
You are?
I am.
Okay.
We play on Monday nights, believe it or not.
Okay.
What I will say is I don't play the way I used to play, so now I'm just trying to make it.
None of us do.
Exactly. Okay. But I love businesses. I love local businesses, and I'm a huge supporter of that.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. I will say during the first responders, Tianya was one of the ones that stepped up immediately and was like, we didn't know each other. Mm-hmm. We had a mutual friend or agent, and she was like, Sharon, I just want to help. Mm-hmm. And she put her money literally where her mouth was.
At one point, I believe we were feeding like every 2 weeks.
Yes.
My CPAs were like, wait a minute.
Right. So she's not exaggerating on the fact that, she loves to give back, and community is what she is and what she does. So how long have you been doing, you didn't really give yourself justice, girl. Mm-hmm. This is the problem with some of us, Black women. We come from corporate America where we're told, we can't toot our own horn, and we don't give ourselves due justice. Mm-hmm. So I need you to tell the people, what you're really about, and don't be modest about it, because you see every other person that's in corporate America that may not look like us, all shy and modest. She has a lot to share. And she has a lot of accolades that has happened and is on the horizon too. So I'm excited for her, and I think that, we need to know about you. So tell us how you got started, why State Farm, and what were you doing before that? Gotcha.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. You're super sweet, and clearly super successful. So that means a lot coming from you. And again, I do want to thank you for having me here.
Oh, of course.
Before I say that,
okay,
I have a little something for you, because you can't come to someone's kitchen
what do you
empty-handed. So first, I made a little swag bag for you.
You did?
I did. And so the first thing is this. So you have a nice apron where you're going to be covered by Tianya, okay?
What? That's an apron?
It is an apron, and it snaps, so you don't have to tie it up top. So It'll snap here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then I want, you just put it on, and you can put a little drink right here if you want to.
I'm gonna need that drink.
I'm not sure,
Oh, and it has a bottle opener.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
It does.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hold on to it for right now.
Yeah. Oh
but
my,
this
thank
is a part of the
you.
swag pack that I have for you. But also, I wanted to, because I do support local, and I wanted you to have this, and it is a bottle of wine from my hometown in North Carolina. Okay?
What?
And so I want you to,
gosh, thank you.
drink it whenever.
I will be drinking it very soon. So,
and don't worry, I'm not going to pull. And there's more. I'm not going to pull everything out. But, when you have last minute grocery shopping, use your grocery bag, okay? So you have your little swag, Tianya Edgerton Agency.
Mm-hmm.
When you go out, I am covered by Tianya.
I will wear that.
Wear your shirt.
Yes.
You and we both like riding our bikes.
Yeah. Yes.
So I did bring you a water
bottle. I'm loving that.
For that.
Thank you.
Continue to save your coins.
I need
That's
to
one
save those.
thing
Yes.
that I preach.
Mm-hmm.
Now, but one thing I do want you to know, local. So there's a local farm in Maryland. And so I bought you some peach preserve. So I don't know if you may have a little recipe that you want to use that for.
I'm going to have to experiment.
And it's real honey. So
what in the world? I didn't expect all this.
Yeah, so I support local, and what's more fitting than something that you can use as seasoning or something like that? And then I bought you this because it's just a chicken flavor base and it's a little different.
Oh my god, I definitely can use this. It says with parsley. Okay.
Yes, and when you have your morning coffee.
Okay, girl, you are just coming with it.
And hand sanitizer. So all of this is for you, and then you feel free to take your little bag.
And I need my bag.
And you can keep yourself cold at the bottom, okay? So all of this for you. So anytime you want to feed me.
Thank you. I have to feed her. Yeah. I have to feed her, but no.
I want you to enjoy.
Thank you so much.
I'll just switch this to the side.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it.
Yes.
Look, you come cooking with Sharon, the business chat. I'm here to talk to her, and she's hooking me up with all time. I wonder, let's see. I can't use this today in this recipe, but I may have to create something for you.
If you ever need a taste tester, let me know. I'm here for that.
I think you've told me that
so many times.
Yes.
So many times.
So,
oh but thank you.
Thank you.
It's an honor for me being here.
Awesome.
But I started in North Carolina.
Okay.
I have to tell you that my parents have always instilled in us that whatever you do it. It didn't matter what it was that we did.
Right.
However, if we're going to do something, put forth our full effort.
Right.
And go for it.
Right.
And so, I started with corporate America. I moved to this area the day before I started. I don't recommend that. And
before you started
work. The day before I started work.
Oh my gosh.
Moved 3 times in the first 3 months. But anyways, I started in banking. And so I have been in insurance and financial services for 16 plus years now.
Okay.
And I went through a program, moved up the corporate ladder. It was great. Mm-hmm. Another bank courted me. And so I took that opportunity. And so working for 2 international banks really set the foundation for financial services and my love for it. Mm-hmm. I found out that it's a lot of things that people just don't know, that don't know about money. And here's the thing. You don't know what you don't know.
Right.
And so I charged myself with being that educator on that, especially to minority communities. Because I do believe that our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, had they known some of the things that are out here available,
they would have been further along.
Right. Yes. Right. And the generation would be further along. Mm-hmm. I'll give you an example. I'm a huge proponent for life insurance. Mm-hmm. And African Americans are at the bottom, towards the bottom. We're one at the bottom.
Because we just don't know.
Because, Or if we know, we don't know everything about it. Right. It's so many people that say, oh, no, I can't afford life insurance. And I'm like, oh, how much, was the quote that you received? Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't get quoted. I just know I can't afford it. or I don't need it. And that's actually that's not the case.
Right.
No. And so I wanted to do more. And so once I kind of got to the second bank, I, had some more of the promotions. I feel like I did well. I really focused on business owners and helping just understand business financials, going through their tax returns, things like that, helping them get loans and all of that stuff. And I just wanted to do more. And I've always wanted to own my own business. And so I had spoken with a recruiter approximately 11 years before I accepted the opportunity to open a state farm.
Okay.
And I have to tell you, it is the best career decision that I have made in my entire life.
Okay. To go out on your own.
To go out on my own.
Now, don't you have, I know what it is to, run and operate a business, but you have all the struggles, the issues, you have payroll, you have hiring, you have HR. So did you know any of this before you started?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, because corporate America was a solid foundation for me.
Agreed.
And so I knew what I needed.
Okay.
But not necessarily saying that I was an expert in that particular area.
Right.
So for instance, when I was hiring, when I was in corporate America, I had a team of recruiters to recruit.
Right. To do the interviews.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
to vet.
To vet. Exactly. And then I would do the final interview.
So what are you doing now?
Everything. Everything. I am,
tell me what that looks like, because when you say everything, I don't think people understand when you say everything. So if you're hiring someone, what does that look like for you?
So I'm putting it out on social media that we're expanding our team.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
I of course pay for a service to put it out there on Indeed and all of these places that people are applying.
Yep.
Every evening I'm going in and seeing, okay, who applied. Then at one point I had 20 applicants. So who do you think is going through each resume? It all falls on
That's you.
Exactly. So it's everything. And then I have to contact the people and then set up interviews and schedules. So it literally is a process.
Okay.
It's a process that I'm happy to do.
Right.
Very, very happy to do. But it is a process.
Tell me about it. So, why go through all that when you could just be working for corporate America?
It's so worth it.
Is it?
Yeah, it's so worth it. If you set out to be an entrepreneur, then you have to have a little bit of hustle. Okay. You have to have a little bit of hustle.
Yeah.
And when I set out to do this, I knew I wasn't going to fail. Not because, I feel like I'm just the best, but I know my own hustle. Okay. And that doesn't mean that I haven't had failures along the way. Okay. But the end game is going to be a success. Nothing else it wasn't an option.
Right.
Okay. So you do what needs to be done. And the work is different. I work hard. I worked hard in corporate America. And I'm working hard now. I will tell you, it's more rewarding because it's more for myself.
Right.
Of course, I get to reap the benefits of it. Being your own boss, you don't have to answer to anyone.
Right.
Kind of.
Yeah. You're the boss. Who you're answering to are your customers.
Yes. And your team members.
Yes.
And
yes.
employees.
Yes.
So, but it's just it's a different lifestyle. But I'll tell you, I take comfort in knowing, and this helps me sleep at night, believe it or not, investing back into the community.
Okay.
I have employees just like you, which I'm responsible for paying them.
Yeah.
And of course, they're responsible for doing the work, but it makes me feel good. I had an employee to come and say, you know what? Because I work for you, since I've been working for you, I moved out of my parents' house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now I'm looking to purchase a home. And so that's
the rewarding part.
Yeah. And that employees still to this day probably don't know. And I told them, I said, you know what, that you just don't know how that makes me feel. But I pride myself on that because that's what I want to do.
You know what? I don't know if you saw this or saw that I commented. I don't know if I commented or just liked on your social media, but I was so impressed, super impressed with you had a couple interns.
I did.
This past summer. And one of the interns was going off to college. And so you were, making a presentation, and I'm like, what is she doing here? She has all this stuff, obviously you are a giver of gifts. And I continue watching, and I'm like, you ended up giving this new freshman college student her entire bedroom suit of comforter set, things to get her ready for college, and then I think you gave her like a Target gift card.
Yes,
and she was like so surprised.
She
and
was.
I can say that. I mean, again, this is just another. You don't know that people are watching you, but people are watching you. So I mean, I commend you for what you say you're going to do, and then you do it. So that's all a part of, I think, the whole journey, entrepreneurship, and just being, authentic and being who you are. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging that. I have a passion for students. Okay. So, I'm president emeritus of the Prince George's Child Resource Center. And I'm on the board of advisors for the College of Business at Bowie State University. And I'm super active with my alma mater, Winston-Salem State University.
Wow.
Okay. So
you went to Bowie?
I didn't go to Bowie.
Okay. I was going to shout out the HBCUs.
Okay, but yeah, shout out to them because I'm on the board of advisors for the College of Business. So yes, we can shout them out. But I did attend Winston-Salem State, which is an HBCU.
Yes, it is an HBCU.
And go Rams. Love the Rams.
We're not going to talk about the Rattlers. We'll let you have your shine today with the Rams.
Thank you. I'll drink my tea to that.
As she sips.
I mean, when I went there, we were a 3-champ school. And we had the championship in women's softball, football, and men's basketball. I'm just saying,
I mean, we're not here to brag about our HBCU. We have more merit scholars that come through FAMU. We have the Marching 100. I mean, we have a top, but it's not about me right now. It's about you. So let's go back to you.
Gotcha. So I like to invest in the youth. Okay, because I was a youth,
right?
And I didn't have, of course, all the answers. We don't have any of the answers. Of course, when you're younger, you think you know everything, but you just don't know anything.
Right.
So I always tried to give advice. I tried to give back. Since I started my agency, after the first year, I enrolled in this program to let interns come in.
Okay.
To just get a taste of corporate America, a professional environment. And it's so funny because when I reach out to them before their first day, they ask, do I have to dress up? Yes, you do. But here's the thing.
Dress up.
It's our job to mentor the youth. Okay, and I take that very seriously. It's our job to help them interview. It's our job to let them know, hey, this is how you present yourself. Present your best self at all times, right? And then always know that I support you.
Right.
Okay. And so these students, whether or not whatever they decide to major in, I try to keep in contact with them. I just knew when I was in college, you're there. Your parents, they'll give you what you need to have, right?
Right.
Whether, they're super wealthy or not, you get what you need. And so, I sit with them, I talk to them, and really all of my team members, because I want to know what's most important to them. Okay. And so for this particular one, she was like, I'm going to college. I was like, oh, what's your favorite color? So we were talking, and she hadn't shopped at all. And I was like, why are you procrastinating?
Right.
And so I just pulled up a website, and I'm like, what, you mean something like this or that? And so she didn't realize that she picked out her own stuff.
I remember seeing all that.
She was so shocked. And it just made me feel good. But I look forward. I always look to be able to give. I want to give back. I want to give back to students. I want to give back to frontline, members of the front line. That could be police department, fire department. Yep. It's nurses, it's doctors, it's airline employees. It's those people that didn't stop working.
Right.
Okay. And so that's just kind of one of the things I pride myself on, and I do believe that I'm blessed to be a blessing, and I feel like I am charged by God to do that.
Well, speaking of giving back, I mean, one of the phenomenal first responders is your husband. So, as an entrepreneur, because I've had the opportunity to meet him because you supported Arts Catering during the first responders by feeding some of them, and we fed your husband's firehouse and some other ones too. But you're totally different from your husband. I mean, you are, okay. You said it, which I love about you. And he's so, laid back. Yeah. But, how do you balance that time? Because as a firefighter, he's gone, and then you're busy, when he's off, you're busy doing your own thing. Yeah. So how do you balance that time and spending with him when you are trying to do your thing?
Right. So I did get his buy-in. Okay. I did get his buy-in, and he knows the plan and knows the goal. But even still, buy-in, you definitely have to have more. And so literally there are times now that I will, and I didn't start off like this, and it was a lesson that I did have to learn. At a specific time, I'm turning off electronics. At a specific time, I'm no longer checking emails. I'm not writing policies. And of course, I will work by appointment. Right. But I'm not going to have appointments on my calendar every single night after the business night. Okay. And so that was one thing as an entrepreneur that I had to learn. And, when you go to your doctors, you're going in between the hours of probably 8 or maybe 7:30 and 5 or 6. Right. You're not going to the doctor's office at 9 o'clock. No. And so for me, and that work-life balance and keeping the marriage great and, being able to spend time at home and not get burned out, I had to realize that. But starting a business, your hours aren't 9 to 5. No. Your hours are around the clock, 24 hours. Yes. You're in there on Saturdays. You're in there on Sundays. And so I'm not saying that some of that is not needed, but what I am saying is recognize the balance. And so I recognize that very early on. We do our date nights. We definitely make sure we do. Okay. We do. We have weekly date nights. And it's not always, going weekly? Out. Yes. It's not always going out. Actually, most of the time it's not going out, especially since COVID. But we'll watch a movie together. We'll watch some TV shows together. We have dinner together. So of course, when I feed the front line, I don't have to go home and cook. Right. And so it's not an every night thing, but we make sure that we spend time on a weekly basis. And I think that's just very important for the balance.
Okay. I agree. I mean, I asked that question because, some of the guests that have been on are not married. They don't have, life partners or significant others. So it's a balance between, how do you balance your social life and trying to find that, special mate and then, maintaining it. So it's good to hear that you're in the grind, you're doing your thing, and you can balance everything.
Yes. And I prefer, sometimes I'm on the phone with clients at 6:30 in the morning. If we schedule an appointment, I will go as early as 6:30, just to be able to balance out my day. But we plan out. If you were to pull up my calendar right now, it's pretty much full for the next 3 weeks. Okay. And so, we schedule out and we go from there.
Okay. There are a couple other things that I want to chat about. I decided because you always talk about looking, you look good. Thank you. And maintaining your weight. So I figured something carb-free would be up your aisle today. And I'm trying to work on some things that could be incorporated into some meal prep. Okay. And so I'm trying it out on some of my guests today. Awesome. And so I made like a ground turkey with zucchini bake. Okay. So it's carb free.
Smells delicious.
So we're gonna try it out. I'm gonna plate it up for you, and then we'll continue on with our chat.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right. Lindsay, I had to incorporate that. Okay, we are back. I have finished up something I'm like playing around with. I'm creating. Because like I said, you are trying to eat carb free. Even though I put some tortillas on your plate, it's all good. But this is going to be something that you can easily, if you wanted to, or you can have me do it, make at home. It's very healthy and it's carb free outside the tortillas.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So let me know what you think and dig in. It has all. It has all your, like, some vegetables in it, protein, some additional protein. So, we said grace. And I'm not going to eat, excuse me, a whole lot because I've been eating all day. But anyways, what do you think? So, maybe it's something that I could add to meal prep, or that's a complete meal, really, right there.
Oh my goodness.
If you wanted it.
This is so good.
Okay. It may be a winner, y'all.
It is a winner.
It may be a winner. Okay, so
let me just taste this side to make sure this side tastes the same.
Not this side. Okay, so I'm gonna work on some things and we'll get back to chatting. So okay, so we talked about, you're balancing your personal life. We also talked about how you got started. If I was someone new that wanted to get into, having my own State Farm agency, what would you suggest or recommend, like, me doing? It doesn't have to be State Farm. It could just be any business. Like, what would you recommend to the novice out there? Sorry, I caught you in between.
You were asking me a question, and I was like, I can take one more bite before. That's a good question. So first, I tell people to surround yourself with like-minded people.
Oh my God.
Positive people, positive energy. And it doesn't have to be people that want to do the same industry as you, but entrepreneurs, people that are go-getters, right? Because that is motivating within itself.
Right.
Then get you a team of professionals. And this is oftentimes, I see, especially in banking and helping businesses, right? I see that everyone tries to do everything themselves, and they end up making so many mistakes. And oftentimes expensive mistakes.
Girl, I've been there.
Yeah. So get a business attorney. Okay.
Oh my gosh. I don't think you've watched every episode that I've aired, but one of the things that, I actually recommended, and you are echoing it to a T, is a business attorney.
Yes.
I mean, and one other thing was like an accountant, a great accountant and a business attorney. So, I mean, we're not telling you anything, like, we haven't even talked about this.
Right. Exactly. I'm telling you, I have one on retainer. And don't feel like if the funds aren't there that, I can't go on a retainer right now, because there are business attorneys that are great at what they do and are reasonably priced.
Absolutely.
Here's the thing. We pay for what we want. Okay?
Say it.
We pay for what we want. As a banker, I know. People oftentimes tell me, I can't afford this, I can't afford that. Show me your bank statement. I have told people, okay, you don't need this. You just spent $600 in food in 2 weeks.
Wow.
And not grocery food, eating out.
Right.
So that $600 could have gone to that attorney.
Right.
That CPA.
Yeah.
You need those people, because I want to tell you, you make mistakes, they can be very costly. There are a lot of business owners right now on payment plans to the IRS, because they wanted to do their taxes themselves.
Oh, I never do my own taxes. I can't remember the last time that I did my own taxes. It may have been like the first year out of college. But, I mean, since I started, even when I was with Pfizer, I don't think I attempted to do that on my own.
And even still, and also when you find these people, maybe ask for references or something like that. So, for instance, I'm in an insurance business. And so I wanted to get with a CPA that specialized with insurance agents, or have a portfolio of clients that are in my industry. Okay. And that's I feel like that's very important, because there are certain CPAs that specialize in specific industries.
Right.
And then there are some that kind of will dabble in both. But For me, it was important to get an expert in that field because I didn't want a costly mistake.
Right.
And I would tell you, in my first year, I owed a lot of taxes.
Girl.
I did.
Oh my gosh.
I did.
Our stories are so similar. Like I thought, I actually had an accountant, but he was, since for catering, I'm in like 3 different state, well, DC's not a state, but Maryland, DC, Virginia. And that's not what I do. But, you know, I trusted him.
Right.
And then I ended up having to spend all this money owing the state of Virginia.
I would compare mine, and if I was a betting woman, I would put $5 in a meal that I might have had to pay more than you in my first year. And I had a CPA that was in the insurance industry.
Really?
Yes. And I blame myself for some of it too, because I work with taxes and tax returns. However, I'm like, I'm getting an expert. I vetted you. And what they told me was, well, we made sure that you were paying enough taxes, quarterly taxes, to where you wouldn't get a penalty. And my question back to them was, well, you felt like it was a great idea for me to have this large tax bill after completing my first year of business as a small business owner?
Yeah, who does that?
Exactly. So it wasn't a great conversation.
I can imagine.
It wasn't a great conversation. We paid it. We paid our taxes. So
they're no longer your CPA.
Listen, you have to make executive decisions. You have to make executive decisions. And that's just a decision, that needs to be made.
Okay.
And so
how did you go about finding your next one?
You ask.
Okay.
Go to people in your industry. Go to people that are successful in your industry.
Okay.
And just see who they're working with.
Okay.
And then interview them. You don't have to just call them and say, hey, I'm referred by you, this, and the third. See if there's somebody that will take the time out to actually talk to you and let you know their processes, get their prices up front and things like that. Okay. Now, I'm not saying call them in the middle of tax season. You know what I'm saying? We're business owners, so we know, that, but do your due diligence for yourself. Right. Know that you are going to probably make mistakes, but take the advice of business owners now to minimize those mistakes, right?
Right.
So CPAs, minimize that mistake. Get a good CPA.
Absolutely.
Business attorney.
Okay.
Because it's so many things that it's Sue Nation right now.
Okay.
People want to sue you for everything.
Yeah.
I'm in insurance. Okay, so this is a conversation I'm having multiple times a day.
They try to sue you?
Well, my clients.
Oh, okay.
I have these conversations multiple times a day. For instance, like business owners. I had a business owner to tell me they wanted a liability policy for $20,000.
That's not enough, is it?
No.
I know what I have.
Exactly. At a minimum, we're starting at $1 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
At $1 million. So part of it is educating, because see, people don't know what they don't know, right? And so it's for me to let people know. And I tell you, I have great stories, and I have stories that aren't great. Okay.
Well, why would that person say 20,000?
That's what I asked them. And they said that a contract that they were getting said that that's all they needed. And I said, okay, that's all you need for that contract. However, what you need for your business is my job to let you know what you need for your business. Okay. And as a minimum, this is where you should start. At a minimum. And let me tell you what this covers. And let me tell you some things that you're protected from. Okay. So somebody get hurt, they go to the hospital, their bill could be $30,000. And now you're on the hook. So, it's so much. But here's the thing. You don't know what you don't know. And that's why you get those experts. Right. Have a good insurance agent. So call me.
I will say yes, because unfortunately, I didn't meet you in the beginning stages of finding my CPA, the insurance, and my attorney and all that jazz. And I will say that there are ways to actually, unfortunately, it's not easy to transition once you have someone that's working for you. But we found a way to work together. And I'm sure we'll find, some additional ways to work together. It's just a matter of, if you trust a person, I think that's important when you're working with, a small business owner, trusting the person, the relationship with that person, and then, how they can make sure that you are covered. Right.
Exactly. And no one should make you feel like you're a number. If anybody calls me, they deserve to get the time that they need to fully understand what it is they're getting,
right?
What their coverages are. I can't think of a person that I've spoken to that knew what their coverages meant. You know what I mean? I know I need to have this and this and that.
Right.
And that's not even to talk bad about anyone, because hey, this is your business. Right. So we work in our business and that's what we do. You're an expert with food.
Right.
That's why I eat your food.
Yeah, I just know that I need, when certain customers call me and say, hey, I need a COI for an event, I say, you know what? Let me add you to my, my policy.
Exactly.
And then I just call and the certificate is there. It's just easy. So I think your job is to make things easy for us.
Yes, it is. And my job is to educate you. And even after we talk about it, I don't expect you to know everything, right? But I do expect you to leave with a better understanding that you are protected. Right. And that you can call me to ask any other questions that you may have. Right. So, I mean, I'm able to sleep at night by doing right by my clients,
I love that.
So
I love
it's
that.
just, I can't. I mean, my heart of hearts I can't do anything unethical. I won't do anything unethical. Right. Especially not knowing. But also when I ask people for their business, right? Because there are a bunch of agents out here. But let me tell you what you're going to get from me.
I was just about to say, I mean, State Farm is all around, all the other, we're not going to shout out all the other companies out there. But what makes you, Tianya, I mean, why would we come to you versus someone else besides, just your passion for what you do?
Well, in addition, hopefully people feel my sincerity when I'm working with them. Like I say, I take that very personal. I want to explain, to people what they have. Right. You get me. I am involved in the community. I care about people.
Agreed.
I care about family.
Yeah.
My team, I care about their work-life balance. I know their children's names. I know their spouses and significant others' names.
That is so important.
And people know that they're important. Right. So that's what you get. Okay. You call me. If you don't get me, I'm going to call you back.
You do.
Yes. I'm going to call you back. And I'm going to make sure that you know. And I'm going to offer solutions for you. You don't have to take them, but you don't know what you don't know. So it's my job to tell you.
Right.
And I believe in that because I want to tell you, everybody is not honest.
You're right.
Some people just want your business. And this industry is highly regulated for a reason. Something had to happen in the past.
Right.
It's like the mortgage industry. What happened? More regulations came down. Right. Because some people were doing the wrong thing.
Well, I will say that, hands down, you practice what you preach and you put your money where your mouth is.
Thank you.
With all that being said, where do you find time to just do you, and what do you enjoy doing just to relax you? Because you're on the grind all the time. You're giving back to the community. You're making sure that, everyone is covered, covered by Tianya.
Yes. Yes.
So what do you do to just chill and relax? What do you enjoy?
I mentioned earlier, so I love volleyball. Right? And I'm about health and physical fitness, right? To maintain yourself. You have one you, right? So I choose to play volleyball. I choose to work out, do a little bit of cardio. Could do more sometimes. But my games, right now, they're Monday nights. Monday nights are reserved for that. I don't schedule anything for that because you have to have an out.
I was about to say, I love the balance, component. As entrepreneurs, I know for me in the first, I would say, 5, 6, 7 years, I didn't do a very good job at, actually probably longer than that.
Really?
Yes, I did not do a very good job at, the life work balance. So I think that, people that think that they're going to start a business and have that balance immediately. I don't know. For you, was it immediate?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all. Not at all. I would be in the office sometimes 6:30 in the morning. I would leave till 9:30 at night.
Right.
I mean, at the end of the day, there's a certain amount of grit that you have to put in your business. And when you make the decision to become a business owner, that's just something that you have to do. But knowing that it doesn't always have to be that way.
Right.
Okay. So once you get your systems in place, your business should be able to run.
Right, like a well-oiled
well-oiled machine. But what I will tell you, and this is what I tell new entrepreneurs, and I'll tell you, a really good friend told this to me. When you hit your goal and you get where you want to go, don't stop your hustle. Work every day like it's your first day.
Okay.
Because here's the thing, and this is how I look at it. We've been blessed. We did very well since we've been open. Thank you, Lord. We've done very well, and I'm proud to say that because we work hard. My team works hard, but we also we play hard too.
Right.
So it's good to reward, when we accomplish certain goals. But when you get there, don't stop your grind, because at that point, guess what? You just became mediocre, and I am not anybody's mediocre.
I know,
right?
You are.
So, and it doesn't mean that you still have to work 14, 15 hours out of the day.
Right.
You now have systems and processes in place. And so to keep that up, keep up your customer service.
Right.
Okay. Make goals every year and stick to them. Break them down to the month and then break them down to the week. And even break them down to the day if you want to. And constantly go back to your plan. Your business plan may change year over year, but make that plan at the end of the year. At the end of every year, I develop a plan for the next year.
We didn't even talk about that. That's a whole nother episode.
So so it's one of those things. But that's what I would say. I would tell them, don't stop your grind. Okay.
Now, we've talked about a lot of different things today, and I appreciate your time. But is there something that we can do? Anyone that's watching that can make you better, make your business better. There's always an ask.
Yeah.
And
yes.
So I'm asking you, what can we do to help you?
Yeah. So support me. Try me out. Tianya Edgerton, State Farm. My website is coveredbytianya.com. Social media, my Facebook, follow me, Tianya Edgerton State Farm. Instagram, follow me at Tianya_agency. I am on Twitter. It needs a little help. Yeah. So you can help me by following me, get me to 10. Get me to 10 followers. But it's Tianya Agency. But that's one of those things that we do, so Twitter's one I'm working on. But, do business with me because I absolutely will give you all of me. Okay. I will tell you what you need to know, and I will keep it real, and we can have that discussion. One thing, if you don't mind me saying.
Yeah.
So my background is banking. Again, I've been in the insurance and financial services business for 16 plus years. Okay. So I pride myself on what I do. One of my hashtags, creating wealth through financial fitness. And so I can help you create wealth. Minorities, community, African Americans, we're just kind of behind on that statistically.
I agree.
And why is that? And it's because we don't know everything that we should know about it. And so take the time to listen to someone.
Right.
And I have to plug this because I always say it. It's probably my third time saying it. But life insurance. Get yourself some life insurance because you can use it while you're alive. It's not just for when you pass away. So, let's look at creating a legacy for your people for when you pass away. And, of course, get your life insurance in the event of your untimely death. But also plan. Because I'll tell you, I have policies that's going to pay me $50,000+ and I'm not going to have to pay taxes on it. You know what I'm saying? I have set myself up, family, friends, and anybody that'll listen because you can use this stuff while you're alive. Okay? Right. And people don't know that.
Right.
I have families that are gifting their children $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 when they graduate.
Oh.
If you had that when you graduated high school or even college, would life have been different?
Yeah.
That's the difference between renting and owning. That's the difference between living with your parents or renting. I mean, it's so much, and it's so much that we can do. And I want to tell people, you don't have to do it, but at least learn what it is.
Right. Options. So give yourself options.
Exactly. You don't buy life insurance because you're going to die. You buy life insurance because they're going to live.
Right.
Your loved ones. And to create wealth while you're alive so you can use those plans. My most affluent people have multiple life insurance policies.
I'm sure they do. Well, Girl, we could talk all day.
All day. All day.
And I'm sure you could eat all day.
I could. And let me tell you something about this tea. This tea is everything. I'm sitting. I'm having to drink it slow so it don't spill all over my face.
Is it too sweet?
No, it's perfect.
Okay, and that is coming from someone from North Carolina, so I appreciate.
We love our tea. Just the fact that you're here in the DC area and you have sweet tea and it's good. Listen,
some people have said it's too sweet.
No, it is perfect.
Okay, thank you.
Don't listen to those people.
Okay. Well, as you see, we have had a lot to chat about. Mm-hmm. Awesome information. I mean, I've learned some things too. I mean, I appreciate your time because, as we all know, time is money. And so, thank you, Tianya, for joining us today. I'm sure we could probably make chat 2 and chat 3.
Absolutely. I'm gonna have food.
You know what? You are the skinny fat girl.
Yes. I will receive it.
So with that being said, we are going to sign off. We appreciate you joining us today with Cooking with Sharon, the business chat, and we'll see you next time.
Bye. This has been awesome. This food is so good.
You are stupid.
It's so good. Can I eat for real right now?
Yes, eat.
Pick my plate up and eat my food.